this time? Probably not. You're live. Wow. 9th time's the charm. Just like everything else. All right, so if you're seeing this live, yeah. Most likely you're seeing it as a recording, but anyways, we got the parts for the Kaiju. They came in like last week, something like that. I don't know. So we're finally getting to the Kaiju right now. Very simple fix. The only thing that may give us an issue is just the rod end, and that's just because we have to straighten that piece because they didn't have, you know, it was out of stock. But some parts actually are in stock. I did actually post up on how they have those community, what's it, like a community tab or portion of that YouTube thing where you can post a picture or a GIF, whatever you want to call it. And then you can put like some words and whatever. So I did that. Team Red Cat shop actually has some parts that actually came in. One thing that they are still waiting on is tires and wheels. Yeah. And I can understand why, because those things are actually pretty awesome for 25 bucks. You like literally, in my opinion, granted, it's my opinion, you can't go wrong. So let's just get to finally maybe repairing this Kaiju so I can take it out on this 50-something degree day instead of just, you know, wasting time. RC Daniel, what's going on, guy? You're first. Actually, technically, you're only. I like saying it that way. All right, so we're just going to get to work on this thing pretty quick. Very, very simple, easy repair. The only thing we are going to have to do is break it down into the servo section of this truck. So we got to replace this piece right here because this broke, which this is the steering. Where's the thing? Right there. Steering rack and hardware set. So that's realistically the only thing that's going to be a pain in the neck, just because of what we have to take apart. But the rest of it's easy. Very, very clear what broke off. I obviously robbed parts off of this because the other link arm was still attached here. But we have actually a brand new one. And then I robbed, obviously, this piece right here for the Traxxas Max to make that custom battery strap. So we'll just be blowing this thing apart. Very, very simple and easy job to do. But at least it'll get you, I guess, kind of a look into what's in this thing. And maybe how to, I guess, take this apart and get to that steering section of this servo area. So it actually looks like everything's going to be from the bottom. 2 screws up top I can see right away on both the left and right side of the actual receiver tray. Those 2 screws have to come out because those are what's holding in the servo saver portion and the slave of that. So in order for things to kind of come apart, I'm assuming that that's actually something that's got to come apart. So we'll start there. We're actually going to take this skid plate off. I do know, obviously, we got to take this piece off. Then we can access this piece right here. Take off the bumper. That way that's out of the way. And I think all I have to do is just take off these 2 screws that are actually right here, which are that top section of the bumper brace. So we'll take that off. Before I get this thing out of the way. And obviously we'll take the wheels back off of the Max so that we can take this thing for a rip. So right away, I can tell you, battery box is actually in a way to get to that. So how is this battery box actually in there? See if it's screwed down. So inside the actual battery box, there are 2 screws way down in the bottom. And obviously we're going to have to take those out to properly, I guess, get to that steering, those top screws to the servo saver. rack. So it's nice too. I think. Let's clamp down, leave that kind of to the side there. Take our screws and our stuff and just kind of stick it in there, I guess, for now. That way we've got a place to kind of put these screws. I like this little battery box. I can see why this is actually out of stock as well. This is actually a cool little container for the receiver. I call it a battery box, but that's just because it's old terminology. All right, so now that we did that, we can see we've got 2 screws right here that we've got to take loose. Flip it over. Actually, still got those 2 screws up here in the bumper to take loose. And you have to keep in mind the 2 screws. So here's your servo saver and slave top mount screws, and these are the bumper screws. The bumper screws are actually longer than the servo rack screws, or whatever you want to call them. So I think that should be it for that. Is that 1 screw that's actually in the center right here. We'll take that loose. That's obviously probably one of the longer ones. If I remember correctly, these 2 screws right here are actually pretty long too. And I think, let's see if this actually comes apart this way. Yeah, but these are different anyway because these are those tapered head ones. RC Daniel PR2, what's going on, guy? Asterians here, RC stuff. Are there any links between the Habao and HPI, Borza and Hyper versus or something? Anything that was Onfa would be Habao because Habao made Onfa's parts. That's something I can tell you. As far as I think you're asking, like if there's parts like cross compatibility, I kind of almost think that's what you're asking. Oh, RC Daniel, thank you, man. I already thought you were a sub. Literally, I just think that anybody that comes on here is already a sub. So, but thank you for that, man. So obviously those are a 2 for that right there. 2.5 for these larger bolts, screws, whatever you want to call them. This piece should come right off. Yeah, there we go. Cool. I'll go after these ones here. And obviously everything's going to be clean inside of here because we were just here. 2 more screws to the back here. I mean 4 more, not 2 more. Oh, yeah. So that's, now see, this is how easy this thing is to work on. Now it's literally just pulling this. Should be just by 1 attachment thing right here, I think, right? Yeah, there's like 1 little attachment screw. Trying to move this stuff out of the way. and not lose things, because that's my habit. There's one little attachment screw right there that you got to get to, and that's probably a 2, right? I think, right? Yeah, that's a 2. And now I'm thinking this should come out as 1 unit, kind of, sort of. Think maybe if I take, see, I don't want to take the servo saver actually off. So it's basically like a choice whether if you want to take this piece off, which kind of looks like, yeah, sure, look at that. Perfect. Now I think the only thing is when this gets fed back through is probably the only issue that I'll have. But again, very, very minor. Because all we're doing, we already have, like, we technically already still have, like, I guess the parts. So there are going to obviously be extra nuts and bolts and screws and all that stuff when we replace this. Why do they always staple stuff and the bag is already just heat sealed? Trying to find my knife. Where's my knife? My fridge opener. Yeah. No idea. So the one thing that I wonder about is the actual sound of this plastic. Because, well, actually it does kind of have a flex to it. And you can see where the original piece broke. It actually broke where the screw went through. And granted, 35 miles per hour into a mailbox, what do you expect? Of course it's going to break. So, and obviously this piece went to here. So we know we can take this piece apart. And it looks like it also has a little, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's a good name for it. It's got a little whatever you want to call it. Let's see. So it's got a nylock, but it also has a bushing. So that is a 2 backed up by, is that a 5.5? And a 5.5. Getting lost here. So I'm going to technically reuse parts because I'm not that kind of person to where I needlessly replace things, I guess. So this right here, gotta be an easier way to do this. That's also a 2. And that's just held in by plastic threads, but I guess that's all it needs. Tom Tisms, what's going on, guy? Yeah, isn't this truck awesome? I love this thing. Come on, get out of there. And no, there's no piece on that. So you got a little nylock here, another 2. Oh yeah, when you total a vehicle, absolutely. And you can see you get that little bushing that goes in there. So obviously there's 2 bushings, 1 for each section of that servo piece. And this is the piece that we're actually going to replace. So it's very easy. You just line it up. There's really no way you could mess this up. Well, maybe you could. Isn't that funny? Now, see, the little things like sometimes you notice. So this piece, this screw, it's almost like it's threaded into that piece, meaning it's not gonna just slip right through. Where this piece does, I mean, I suppose maybe this could have got bent or deflected, but I doubt it. So pieces look trying to see if they look exactly the same. I think it's close enough. I'm almost looking like the bend on this looks different, slightly different than the bend on that, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine. All right, where'd I put that little piece? Icons here, what's going on, Icon? Shadow Ops, 11 Charlie, what's going on, guy? In the middle of rebuilding your Red Cat? Nice. I'm not really rebuilding this. All I'm doing is just replacing parts. Broken parts. Imagine the kaiju as an 8S basher, dude. There's no way. Wouldn't be surprised if somebody actually did try it, but... Oh, where do I get these from? Are you talking about these? Or are you talking about these things? They're actually from Amazon. The wolf ones that I had, these ones, I don't know. Originally I thought these were all right, but the tips didn't wear out. I've got no problems with the tips. It's the fact that the set screw that they use actually in the handle is not long enough. So what happens is technically it's only tightened down by a couple of threads because of how short that little set screw is. It's like what they should have done is they should have used a longer set screw to make use of all the threads that are actually inside that handle. But these seem to be all right, and these were actually a cheaper set. But these things, these are like 20 bucks or something like that. It was a set of 4. These ones are holding up actually mint. Tom RC guy tried it on 6S, could not keep the front wheels down. Yeah, an 8S, this thing would... Did somebody say 8S? Or am I just not paying attention? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Earl, what's going on, guy? Whoops! Now I'm dropping stuff. I'm trying to look at the stream, and now I'm losing all my parts. Just dropped everything on the ground. Everything just went flying. See, that's the tough part about doing a live stream, because you don't want to ignore people. And then, like, if you have stuff in your hand, you drop it on the floor and it's gone forever. How the tree pulling truck, that video was... What? What are you talking about? My tree pulling truck was the talk of YouTube? How? Like, where? That's a riot. That's actually pretty awesome. Yeah, 4S is definitely... Oh, see, I'm losing more parts. I gotta, I just gotta put this stuff on the table here. I can't have this stuff in my hand. That's a riot. Magnets on a stick? Yeah, but I actually need a roller. I need a magnet roller. But yeah, like what Shadow Ops is saying, 4S is definitely the sweet spot for that thing. Oh, last night with both True and CC? That's a riot. Hopefully it was all good. Hopefully it wasn't the Chevy versus Dodge. Or how they say, Ford versus Chevy. Because I think they do, I don't know. I think I more hear it Chevy versus Dodge and then Ford versus Chevy. That's a riot. The tree, yes, right. The tree that killed every RC guy's RC cars. You're right. That thing is gone now. Absolutely gone. Done with that tree. Yep. Yeah, that tree was a goner. Where'd that piece come from? A piece just fell off. I have no idea where it came from. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see, where's my pot? No, I'm pretty sure it's fed in this way, which I might have to... No, it goes the other way, doesn't it? It goes this way. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, so am I going to have to take that little drive shaft out? I think I might have to take that little drive shaft out just to access things better. Kind of looks like, almost seems like the drive shaft is just a little bit in the way. So I'm going to pop out these screws here. trying to pay attention to the stream. I got to put my TV on so I can see what's going on here with no volume. Oh, Tony's here? Yeah, bye-bye tree. Yep. Had to. That thing was, you know, more than just in the way for my RC cars, man. That thing was just in the way for my truck. Whenever I dump out back, when I do all my brush and everything, that was just totally in the way. Yeah, it happens sometimes. That's okay, though. It just kind of shows you how, I guess, interconnected the whole thing is, where, you know, it gets its strength from all the parts connecting to each other, which is a good thing, right? Oh, look at that. Ooh, got some dirt there. I'll wipe that off first. But it'll be nice to get this thing ripping again. Let's see. I wonder. Looks like it's just a plate and a plate, I believe. I guess we're going to find out. Do I have any? Are you talking to me, RC stuff? Do I have any belted? No, I don't. I have no need for belted tires, to be honest with you. Zero need. I'm not that kind of a. I'm not that kind of a driver, I guess. No need. For me, it would be a waste of money. I think for the amount of time that I drive each vehicle, I'm just out to have fun. You know what I mean? And I guess I like driving things kind of, I guess, the way they're designed or something. So let's see. What is involved in taking that little guy out? Do I have to take that whole damn thing out of here? Boy, it looks pretty dry in there too. So while I've got both of these diffs open, I'm actually going to throw some grease in there too. I'm trying to see how this comes out. Ah, there we go. Just pops out like that. You just rip it out. Looks like it fits kind of in a little slot. Is that all it is? Come on, get out of there. Oh, come on. Don't give me that much of a hard time here. See, I'm trying to cheat it. I'm just trying to, like, see if I can cheat my way into getting stuff apart, but apparently it doesn't look like I can. It looks like I'll have to take other screws out of here. I just don't want to. Making me do more work than I want to. That's not what I'm about here. I'm about just trying to just rip this thing apart. Come on. Is that grit in there? It almost looks like sand particles in there. Yeah, it is. Little tiny little pieces of sand. So sand is actually getting into my center diff. Looks like. Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely sand in there. Come on. You serious? Can't pop the diff out like that? I'm really not interested in just blowing this whole thing apart here. How many more screws do I gotta take apart to get this front end off? More than I want. I'm not going for a rebuild here yet. I'm just gonna fish it through. Forget it. I'll figure it out. I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. That's insane. Got better things to do. Like to actually go maybe drive this thing. That'd be a better thing to do. I don't look at instructions either. I just try and just figure it out on my own, whether I can or can't. We'll see. We'll see if I'm putting this thing back together the right way. That is wrong. Like that. Yeah. This must go the other way. Yeah, it's more like it. That's the way it's supposed to go. Ah, this is going to be a pain in the neck, isn't it? Because in order to screw that down, I am going to have to probably be better off just taking off the front end instead of trying to get at this rear end. There's a lot more junk to go through to go ahead and get at this rear end. So we're just going to put that back together. Nice light touch. Remember, this is all plastic. Whenever I use a driver and plastic, when I do it, it's literally just a single finger and a very light grip actually on the driver. It's just kind of like cradling the driver. That way it's allowed to kind of torque twist out of my hand and not strip out the plastic. I really didn't want to have to take that apart. I'm pretty sure this goes this way, right? Sure. Looks about right. Or is it opposite? That goes in the other way. Yeah, that's better. You got something blocking the camera at the... Oh! Sorry about that. That was the stupid... Thank you for saying that, man. I didn't even notice. That's that privacy flap. I don't even know why I have it on there. All right, so never mind. We're not going to mess with the... we won't mess with the back one. We'll just mess with the front one. I am going to squeeze or throw some more lube in that back diff. That thing is dry. I think that's about right. Think that'll work? I think that'll keep everything lubricated in there. Good enough. Yes, sir. Grease in the rear. Yeah, there was nothing in there. Not enough, anyway. Sand is bypassing a little bit. I'm kind of not liking that. There is some grit. I'm really not ready to take this thing apart. And I'm not gonna either. I'm just gonna run it the way it is. OTB. Out of the box. The world is over. Yeah, the eclipse. How was it? It's hard to, like I said, it's hard to see the comments. A pole deflection device? Yeah, there you go. Actually, Earl, you need something that like, actually, you need like airbags. something, something that's like activated, Tesla activated airbag. I really didn't want to take apart the front end as much as this. I'm assuming all I got to do is just basically loosen up that front section there so that I can separate it, which it's got to be easy. I mean, this is a Red Cat. Red Cat's designed to be easy. So I can already see there's a couple screws there. So let's just start just ripping screws out of here. I'm assuming this is probably all one piece. There's two good size bolts that are actually, or screws, whatever you want to call them, bolts or screws. So you've got 4, there's 2 per side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there looks like 5, 6. And I think that might separate the whole front end from the pan is what I'm guessing. Just by looking at this, it looks like that's how it's going to work out. So I'm going to go after those 4 screws first. Bolts, screws, whatever they are. Because I'm thinking maybe that's how it separates. And then, again, this is all guesswork here. I am guessing if I possibly take these 2 out, which are the 2 forward ones way up front here. I don't know if you could see those. See those forward ones right here? I think you can see there's like 2 forward ones right here. Those are a 2.5. I'm hoping. Let's pray. Is that gonna work? Does the whole front end just fall apart? I hope it does. Doesn't feel loose yet. All right, it's close. Something feels like it's kind of still holding on. Let's see. It might be like the way things are like integrated. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's there. Yeah, I just got to pull it off. All right. I think we got this. I think we got it. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Bam. Now we've got our front little drive cup piece. That's out. It's splined. Kind of dirty, but that's fine. Nice little actually rubber shielded bearing, Earl. Check that out, man. That actually has a rubber shielded bearing on there. That's pretty cool. So if I want to completely separate this, let me cutting stuff, and I don't think I have to do that. We're just going to leave that just the way it is. See if that drive shaft is nice and straight. So now I guess we can put this thing back together, kind of, sort of. I guess. I don't know. Oh no, it's broken. Just gotta be careful of that wire. I'll probably clean this while it's out. But a rubber shielded bearing, that's actually pretty cool. I like that. Tear down looks like a lot of work. I don't know, guy. I haven't even looked at what it takes to tear it down, but it's nice that it comes off as a unit. It's only 6 screws, so I guess that's not too bad. But I'm liking the fact that it has rubber shielded bearings. That's pretty cool. You know? This cup seems fine. All right, let's see here. This is where I just start to lose parts. It's almost like I need... Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Not really. Close enough. So this part went on here like this, so I should be able to just take this piece. If I remember which way all my little bushings went. Bushings were on that side, I'm pretty sure. So I think it was like that, then like that, and then obviously put the nylock on the bottom there, I think. Pretty sure that's the way it went. I don't remember. Let's see. Yeah, that's the way it went. Sweet. Okay, cool. So where's the other one? Did I lose it already? All right, I think this is it. Put our piece together here. Little nylock. Still growing strong? Trying. We're on 10 hours of a live stream. Joe Daddy. 10-hour live stream. Yeah, that actually feels pretty good. So I think we're good to go for that right there. Pretty sure I got it together now, right? Or did I go wrong? Did I go backwards? Ah, I put it on upside down. Yeah, it's supposed to be the other way. Try again. I don't remember how this thing came apart. I'm just winging it. Just wing nutting it here. Nah, it's not tricky, guy. If you had an instruction, thing to look at, probably be cool, but I don't do instructions. Therefore, you put something together and take it apart, and you're just taking it apart again. That's how I roll. So that piece was broken that way. So I think maybe it's this way. Maybe that's how it goes. And then flat on the bottom here, maybe. We'll try that. Looks like that'll work. Can only tighten it just so far too, because obviously that's what that little bushing does. Prevents you from over tightening. Yeah, that seems like it's how it's supposed to be. My photographic memory isn't really working out right now. COVID issues. Yeah, that works. Ah, much better. Cool. Now I can't remember what screw went in there. So I'm just going to put this one in. Because a lot of times they're all the same. Perfect. Screw that down. Nah, that ain't right, is it? Is that the right screw? Something seems wrong here. Was it the other way? No, it was that way, wasn't it? Yeah, it was that way. So there's an issue right away that I'm noticing. The servo horn, because it's plastic, is very finicky. So you don't want to over tighten that bad boy. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it, right? I think that'll work. Then I can feed the dog bone back through, see if we can find our spot in there. And we can throw our little, I guess you want to call this your spline gear. Toss that in there with its little bearing. Come on, get it in there. Go to your home. Finicky. And throw this together. And then see if we can flex this back into place. Look at that. Wow, that's actually very easy. But once the bottom skid plate is on, that's what will keep everything together. So let's see if these are aligned. Come on, get in there. All right, cool. Yeah. Well, looks like it's coming together. Watch the drive shaft not even be connected right now. That would be the story of my life. All 4 of those screws are all the same, so you don't have to worry about that. Remember, light touch going into plastic. See, I just let it kind of like torque out of my hand. I think you can see that. The International Tool Sledgehammer. I usually don't have to go back and retorque any of these. Usually that just initial like little touch is fine. But I will give these just a little tweak just to make sure if I get the right one. How about that one? That one probably fits better. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, that one was a little tweak. That one's fine. receiver for last. While I'm there, I should probably throw in those 2 bolts there. Screws, bolts. Hey, Earl, I did end up ordering those Losi 5T ends, so hopefully it'll be exactly what the doctor ordered and not like some stupid issue where it's not the right one. But we'll find out. We will find out. Yeah, lay it out how you took it apart. Yeah. Sometimes that's the best way. And then even then, sometimes you forget how things came apart or go together. They look the same as, yeah, I just hope so, man, because for me, like, you know what we were talking about. It's like, come on, Losi. I'm not going to pay $54 just because I need 2 stupid ends. That's just a no. That's a no from me. I'm like a no way. Get out of here. What's wrong with you? So now this is the side that we are replacing broken parts. So now we're going to take apart this thing here. Again, kind of have extra parts, but not really. We just have extra parts because obviously in the bag came with extra screws, which is always a good thing. It's always a good thing to have extra screws, and I wish there were more like lock nuts, because that's usually one of the things that I have an issue with, is not having enough lock nuts. Yeah, exactly, Earl. You pay, and plus you only needed 1 A-arm, and you had to like buy the other 3. Granted, you know, normally it's a 2-pack anyway, but still, I think that's just, I don't know. That's just wrong. That's wrong to have to buy all 4 arms. I don't like that. And I like Losi. I really do. Always have. But to have to go ahead and do that, I don't like that. I don't know why I keep ripping those off. Where's my knife? What did you Earl, how much did you end up paying, like, in the end, just to, like, if you were to guess in actuality what it would have costed you for what you had to fix versus what you had to buy, like what you had to pay for? Do you know what I mean? Have you figured that out yet? Right now what I'm doing is I'm just matching up, because obviously there is a left and right side, so I'm just making sure I get the right side. And I'm not getting the left side. If I go this way. So that would be the wrong one. So it's this one. Yeah, low stick products are definitely well built. Obviously, if I'm missing comments, I'm sorry about that. There's realistically, there's nothing I can do about it. $340 to repair it, buying a whole bunch of parts. I didn't need it. Should have been around. Ooh, but still though, $200. That's still a good amount though. That you broke then. Jesus. Or geez. Creighton upper and lower A-arms are $28. $28, you mean like each, or $28 for two? With how big it is and how much Earl just paid, it's almost like, yeah, that's $28, and that's just for one. Yeah, I know, Vector's over there. Make sure you don't over tighten this like I just did. It's another reason why you don't use a driver on certain parts. I just got to loosen this just a touch. You just don't want it to bind, that's all. Seems like that's all right. So on this, it did come with new bushings, so I actually will use the actual new bushings themselves in here. So I am going to install the new bushings. If they install. On, go to your home. Need a bushing installation device here. Holy smokes. What the heck? That is coming through that way too. Maybe I won't be installing new bushings. What the? Are you kidding me? I need an offset jaw to actually get this in. Oh, what, you guys talking about Vector? Yeah, Vector's awesome. Damn, this piece. That really doesn't want to go in there. I need an offset jaw, I think, to get that in there. Or not. I think it's in now. Let's see. What do I have to put that? these are too big. Come on. And this one won't go in there, right? That's too fat too. Come on. What the heck? It's like you need a press to get that in. Wonder how easy this one would come out. Nah, it's in there. It's almost like you're pressing it in there. That one's not even bottomed out either. That's weird. This one's smaller. Nope, same size. All right, so what the heck? That is in there. Probably should have pressed that in. It's almost like I need to press that in. Let's do a dry fit on one of these ones. See what this is like. Yeah, it's like a press in. Holy smokes. All right, well, I'm going to take this back out and I'm going to press it in. Yeah, watch out for DDL, man. I'm not, this is just granted, this is just a personal opinion. DDL already got $500,000 on their Kickstarter. I'm just going to check this pin. Pin's nice and straight. That's got to be just some kind of pressed in, though. So the other side went in by hand. That one was like a press fit. You know, one thing I'm going to do too while I'm here. These nylocks are only nylocked for just so long. So I'm going to take some thread lock. Just throw some thread lock on here because that's what I came across on the DB Pro. Was the fact that the those nylocks were actually pretty loose. So I'm just going to throw some blue Loctite on there. Just so we don't have any issue. There we go. I think that's good. Much better. So now that screws for that side. This screws for this side. Because I don't know if the new hubs came with new screws or not. That I'm not positive about. So this is the one, obviously. This is obviously the one we're going to have to try to rebend. I'm going to use that vise that I got from Harbor Freight. That should actually work. But let's see if I can bend it. Just get some of that curse out of there right now. Pretty strong. Might be all right. Wrong way. Whoops. So the threaded shank, the threaded portion is still a little tweaked, but I don't know. We'll see. Put it in this vise here. Put it in my Harbor Freight $20 vise. This thing is awesome. If you're a hobbyist, right, doing this kind of stuff, you need to get this vise right here. This thing is awesome. 20 bucks, Harbor Freight. Fully articulates, got a nice little working surface here. You got two little small little notched cutouts to maybe hopefully straighten stuff. So I'm going to try and straighten this rod right now just using the vise, just using the actual jaws. We'll see what happens. So it looks like if I go in this way, now I do want to kind of straighten those threads out a little bit if I can. What I don't want to do is I don't want to mar my threads. So let's see if this works. Wow, that was fast. So you can see just the very end right there. More just that very end, maybe a little bit in the middle. So what I think I want to do, I'm going to put this back on. This is that reverse, so it's reversed. And it's going to straighten it out just a little bit more. Yeah, I'll try using that stupid thing. I'll bottom this all the way out just to give it some strength. All the way down to the bottom of the threads, because the threaded portion is actually straight. It's just right there, there's a little tweak, and obviously right at that end there's a little tweak. So put it in the vise. It's got one end that's actually longer than the other. And you can actually see it, right? Putting it in, you can see that obviously with the shaft going in straight, you can see this piece has got to kind of be pulled that way a little bit. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a tweak like that. Give it a check. Looks like I need to tweak it now that way a little bit. So now that looks like that threaded portion is straight. It's now possibly just the rod, which I actually may have to just bend that a little bit. But we can use this flattened surface, I'm hoping, maybe. Or I could just take it Stick it in the jaws here. See which way it's bent. Which looks like it's tweaked that way. And just let's see. I just want to tweak it this way. That is pretty close. Looks like it's got a little tweak. Maybe this way. That's not too bad. It's got a little bit of a whoop in it. If I really want to go nuts here, which I probably will, because I can't stand to leave something alone. It's part of my issue. It has to be like not perfect, close to it. Looks like if that's close enough, man. Actually, not too bad. Let's see what it looks like if I take this off. That's not too bad. Look at that thing rolling. That's pretty straight. There's a slightest amount of deflection. That is not going to matter. So that came out pretty mint. It's a little whoop, like, if you see it. I don't know, can you see it? So it's actually not the threaded section anymore. It's just right where it connects to that portion right there. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's so slight. I think I'll leave it. But there you go, $20 Vice. Hero of the day. Like that Metallica song. All right. So where are we here? So obviously going to be robbing one of the pieces. We did break the upper one, which this is what's going to replace that. I don't believe there's a left and right. These are probably the same, I'm guessing. Check it out right now. This is the front, right? Hey, front. All right. Pretty sure these are probably the same exact thing. There's no way there would be a left and a right. That would be insane. They look the same. So I'm just going to say maybe. I don't know. All right. Well, let's see what we're looking at here. So we've got one screw at the front, which obviously holds the pin in. It's right at the front here. See? Right there. Oops. Right there. Holds the pin in. What if I adjust the camera? Holds that pin in right there. We're going to go after that right now. And that is a 2? 2 millimeter. Pop that tiny little screw out of there that holds that pin in place. And then use my pick. I'll get that nice little 90-degree pick to go ahead and push that pin out. I hope. Man. See, I'm trying to do this all on camera, but I'm trying not to get my head in the way. get out of there. Should be able to just push. Probably would have been a lot easier to take this out when I had that front end apart. But I like doing things the hard way. Come on. That's in there. Come on. Today on RC Guy Garage, I'm going to show you how not to do it. So it looks like it will be a lot easier to actually access or punch that pin out of there. It's like such a tight little location. Probably would have been easier just doing it while I had it out. Because, man, that does not want to come out. Come on. Get out of there. There we go. All right. Pull that little micro pin out of there. Pull the little arm out. No bushings or anything like that in that piece. Obviously, just grab your other arm. Put it in place. Throw your pin back in. Which it went in a lot easier than it came out. That's kind of interesting how that oddly bottoms out like that. Put your little pin retainer screw back in, which almost looks like it does next to nothing. Don't over tighten it because you'll strip it out. So there we go. We're slowly getting there. It's still bugging me that that's tweaked just like that. Look at that. That's how hard I had to push on the damn thing. These are only like $1 or something like that, so it does its job. You can just fix it. Yeah, good as new. Harbor Freight. Nothing but the best quality. Nothing but the best. All right, so now we're going to open up our steering block set. See what we got for parts here. We're obviously going to be transferring bearings and the CV captured CV joint here. Got to pull the set screw out of there so we can actually take the hex and the pin and all that stuff out of there and separate this CV captured CV joint, or CV something. They called it something else. They actually had a different name for it. I forget what they were calling it. But I got to say, I almost wish it was booted. But we're not talking Losi here, so it's not going to be booted. And that thing was looser than anything. Wow, that thing was loose. So I'm going to put some thread lock on there anyway, because that thing came out like nothing. Pop your pin. This is all basic stuff that I know that everybody knows, but might as well just kind of like talk it through. Pull the shaft out. Nice and easy. You take that pick and hopefully just very carefully pick my bearings out of here. Or not. All right. So I'm going to press it out with this. Can I get that in there? Nah. Just got to tap it out real nice and easy. Hey, look at that. Yeah, Vector is right. Blue thread lock. Absolutely, Casey. Make sure you're cleaning all your parts as you're going. But see, he makes it all the way home. Look at that. See, he's already over there. Right there. It's hard pointing. So let's make sure we get the right hub carrier. So it's as easy as just lining it up to what the original broken one looks like. Keeping the bearings the same way, inner bearing, outer bearing. Probably doesn't really matter, but this is the way I'm going to do it. Use this as my press. Press that back in there. Settled in nice. Pop your other bearing out, nice and easy. Clean it up. $36 watching, I know. Is that, dude, they just jumped up to 41. Holy. All right. We're really rolling here. 41 people just jumped onto the stream. That's insane. All right, there got to be like 41 thumbs up then. There's only 20 in there. Come on, guys, give me a thumbs up. 42. Wow, it's climbing. People must be getting out of work. So, and this is just something that this is something I do. This is a habit that I've just kind of always had. So when I put stuff like this back together, when you have two bearings separated by a surface, I actually just, now this is pneumatic oil. For me, it doesn't matter. In this situation, oil's oil. So I am just going to drip a couple of drops that basically settle down and inside on those bearings, right? And then when I reassemble the shaft, obviously clean the shaft off, and I do like you're doing like a cam or something. You give it just a little bit of assembly lube and make sure that, you know, you're wearing gloves so that you don't get, you know, all this junk going inside your body. And then I basically just will reassemble things. It's just by habit. It's just the way I do it. Then you can go ahead and put your, you know, your hub back on. In this particular instance, what I am actually going to do is I'm going to install the little piece here, put the pin in, and I'm going to obviously lock tight that screw because that was just completely loose. Normally you want to make sure you get all the grease and contaminants and whatever off of a piece that you're actually going to Loctite. So just go to like a clean paper towel and just like kind of like unthread the screw inside like a paper towel or whatever. And then what it does is obviously because you're squeezing onto it, you're pulling off some of those remnants of just garbage. So then I'll go ahead and just Loctite it. Put a blob right on there. Make sure your pin is centered. And then just go ahead and screw it down. And give it a nice crank. Now, once the wheel is on, and I can actually grab the wheel, I'll give it another crank inside of there, because right now, it takes, like, when they talk about Loctite, right? They talk about, I have unsubscribed from Kevin Talbot, and I was only a sub to Hybrid for 2 days. It's child. Wow, what happened? You mean the whole craziness between the two? Yeah, well, it's all right though, man. You know, they had their thing, and everything's cool now. At least I think it is. You know, some people don't like, what do they call it? All the drama stuff, but whatever. No big deal. So now let's see. Did I set that in there enough? Yes. All right, cool. So reinstall that piece. Get your other two screws out. And I am going to thread lock these into place, even though this is just plastic. Then again, this is just the way that I do it. I'm still subscribed to Hybrid. I actually think he's a good guy. They're just having fun, you know. Just don't get wrapped up in the garbage if you don't like it. That's all. But still, they both, Kevin and Hybrid have great content. There are people that don't like my channel, you know. But I've just got that kind of like attitude. You know, it is what it is. You know, just whatever. It's cool. I missed the mark. I missed the mark on the hole here. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to look at the comments. So make sure you line things up before you just jam a screw into a hole. Make sure you line it up. And again, on this, normally I'd use a driver, but I'm just not. Feels about right. That's a little too tight, actually. That's way better. So while this is still upside down, I'm going to throw more grease in that diff because, as you can see, that diff is pretty dry, in my opinion. So I'm just using, this is actually a synthetic brake caliper grease. This is the stuff I use, and I'm just going to slam that right in there. Just like that. And that way, now it's got plenty of grease. Anybody need any rolls of toilet paper? Got a whole ton of them. Oh my God. Let's see. Actually, it looks pretty clean. This portion of the skid plate doesn't look like there's any grit in there. So I don't think there is. Nah, it seems fine. It actually seems all right. Yeah, I think we're good. So for now, I'm just going to kind of lock these down. Oh, you saw me pulling down a tree. Yeah. I'm forced to watch. Wait, I didn't see that. Wait a minute. I'm forced to what? I'm forced to watch RC Guy's Garage. I need to remove a bush. Buying big black. Ah, dude, you can pull out a bush with your BMW. You got a tow hook on the front of that thing. Just wrap a chain around it and just rip out that bush with the Beamer. If anything, I want to see a video on that. Earl rips out a bush with his Beamer. You heard it here. Come on, Earl. We want to see that video. Noah Zimmerman. What's going on, guy? You probably like already been here. Trying to get into this. Big muscle, what broke on? Are you talking to me? Oh, yeah, I smacked. No, I didn't smack a tree. This one, if you're talking about this thing slammed into a mailbox at about 35 miles an hour. Oh, it was up to like 42 people it jumped up to. 23 thumbs up. Come on. There's 35 people in here. Come on. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Throw it in there. Right. Guys, nature removal channel. How many RCs have hit that tree? So 1, 2, 3, 4. The Mojave actually never hit it. It never had a chance to hit it. I actually did smack it early on last year. I did smack my my UDR in it, but because that thing is so like enveloped, the UDR is enveloped. There was no issue with the UDR. So what did I say? 5? No, my this thing whacked into the tree too. So yeah, all the RCs that I take out to the back track, this thing whacked into the tree too. But that was actually not when it had the bug body on it. The bug body is actually a totally separate deal. This thing is actually, I like that bug body on there. If I could get it straight, it's actually sharp. Little bug body here with a little killer wing. This is a Red Cat Racing Tornado Pro. This thing's great. It's a little tiny rocket. It's great for the street. You should ask Earl how many times he's hit that tree that's at the park that he goes to. The RC was grabbing. Hell yeah. Big Black versus Male. Oh, hey. Tell you, we haven't had enough snow for that to happen. Big Black's got a Fisher 9.6 on it. V-plow. That'll take care of my whole street, including my own mailbox. Because I've actually hit my own mailbox, which that's pretty bad. When you hit your own mailbox, that's bad. When it's somebody else's mailbox, you can kind of understand, right? Yeah. When you hit your own mailbox, then you know you're doing something wrong. All right, so here are the broken. So from that accident, these are basically the broken pieces. Now, in reality, I probably could have continued using that, but I just didn't trust the fact that the way it tore out, I don't know. Maybe there wouldn't have been enough threads for it to be solid, but this piece may have actually been all right, but I replaced it anyway. This is obviously the actual section of the hub. What is the exact name that they call this? So they do call that a C hub, and they do call that the steering block. So yeah. So that piece shattered in half. I actually will take out, well, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start the wall of shame to where all the broken pieces that happen, which I've thrown out a whole ton of broken pieces already, but there'll be like a wall of just broken parts. Like every repair shop does that. My son does it. Every broken anything that he comes across, as long as it's not too massive, like an engine block or something like that, he has a little spot over on his area that he places just all the broken stuff. Oh yeah, this broke too. The little end piece broke off. So, but we're just slowly putting this thing back together. You know, there's no rush. I'm not in any rush. Are you guys? I'm not in a rush. Trying to like, you don't really need to keep things together. I know where stuff is going. It's not like I'm missing parts. So this is an extra. We'll keep obviously all of our extra good pieces together. Obviously, you know, those pieces are good. This piece is, you know, a spare. Now, we'll keep all of our bushings and screws that kind of came with these. I actually will have to rob that piece off, though, because we do need it for the other half of this, which we repaired because only one of them broke. Same situation with my Losi DBXLE, except both ends broke. But, I mean, here's a physical difference between... Here's a steering rod end link of the DBXLE 5th scale, and here's the steering rod end link of the KAIJU. Little bit of a strength difference here. So, but I can't realistically ever see this thing bending. I mean, I suppose it's possible, but I feel like that's where Losi's getting you, man. They're making you buy the parts that you don't need, which I just don't like that. You know what I'm hoping? Let's see. Yeah, of course it's going to spin. Let's see. That's what I was thinking. It's actually going to be just fine. So obviously we're going to have to like reset things and all that good stuff. It's not too bad. That's pretty straight, considering. I mean, look at that. Look how that's spinning. I mean, you probably can't like see that that actually is spinning pretty straight. So we did a good job straightening that thing out. That thing was bent pretty bad. It is like for my eye, it's just the slightest tweak right. You could probably see it. See how this like this the slightest like little tweak above this side on here? But nah, it's good enough. Oops. Not attached yet. Getting there. It's coming. Now this is where those two real long ones go through right here and here. Again, nice light touch when you're using a driver. As soon as it gets just down to that spot, just kind of like let go of the driver in a way. Boom. Oh, you like that? Dude, all my tools always stay like... So this is one of the channel locks that stays in big black normally. That's why it kind of looks the way it does. And I actually needed to grab them and bring them inside because I couldn't find my other ones. These ones are actually the ones that actually stay normally in the junk drawer upstairs in the kitchen. This is just a cheap Stanley. I don't even know how I ended up with it. I think it used to have the coating on the handles. So this is now no longer any good using it for any kind of electrical anything, because whenever I wire like switches or light boxes or anything, usually I do it with electrical boxes. Usually I do it with power on, because as long as you're using just one hand, the current is not going to travel through your heart, so you're good to go. You like that? Like that theory? The current is not going to travel through your heart, so you're good to go. All right. So we got that link right there. Go to there. And I don't believe these are offset links. Like, I don't think we have one end that's offset from another. They look symmetrical, so it's not going to make a difference which way this goes in. But we should probably put that screw in that hole right there. See that right there? It would probably help if I go ahead and put the upper screw inside of there. And again, I am going to thread lock it. It's just what I do. It is plastic, but same thing. Makes it slick. Why you thread lock in plastic? Because I do. It's a little too tight. It's a little better. So now this is where I have technically lost screws. See, I had some of the broken pieces just stuck in here, in this little junk thing here, which I don't remember like why I've got these lock nuts, but this lock nut I'm pretty sure will actually fit the shock mount of that DB Pro that I needed. I ended up using like a washer and everything, but I think this setup will actually fit. So this one, the nylock actually feels pretty solid, so I'm not going to waste my time, and I'm not going to use thread lock on that nylock because I think that's a newer bolt. I mean, a newer nut. Is it the wrong size? What's the size I need? Right here, I think. Is that it? Yes. Yeah, that's nice and solid. So that's good to go. Now we obviously just need the screws for that, which it actually came with new screws, which is nice, but I do have the old ones. And it's not going to make a difference. You can see the difference between the old and the new. The threaded portion is actually down on this. Something I just noticed. Wow, that is actually pretty cool. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at in a second. That might not be the right screw. It looks like it almost needs to be a longer one or something. Nah, those longer ones are for that. I'm going to show you something in a second I just noticed, which is pretty cool. As soon as I put this piece in, I was wondering why those holes were there. And I was thinking it's got to be an access. And I just realized that it actually is an access. So putting that inside there. When I was taking the chassis apart, right? When I was taking this apart, at least I think that's what it's for. Is that what it's for? No, maybe it's not. It is actually, kind of. Look at that. See how that lines? I don't know if you can see it. See inside it? See inside of there? You see like a little shiny thing inside that hole? That's actually where the lock nut is. So I actually might just have this backwards, but it doesn't matter. It's still together. That actually is something that I might have to switch out. So that, yeah, I can actually see that. So it almost looks like what I should have done was have the lock nut coming down that side, and then the screw actually comes down and through that little access hole right there is what I'm assuming. But it's all good. Everything still works. Everything still functions. Nothing's in the way. But that's kind of a funny catch, huh? Yes, I just caught that right now. So that is what that is for. That is literally so you can put the driver coming down this way to undo it and have the lock nut coming up that way. See, Red Cat, they're thinking. Red Cat's a thinking company. And obviously these longer ones. So this would actually be for the actual steering block itself. And The slightly longer one is actually for the actual, what is it called? Yes, I'm saying the word actual again. It's for the rack. So it's for the steering rack, the longer one. And that goes in from the bottom like this. I believe that's a 2, right? Yeah. No, it doesn't go in from the bottom. It goes in from the top. Goes in from the top. Don't listen to me. Come on. Go to your home. There we go. Now, again, that's a piece that could be over-tightened if you went, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger at it. But there we go. Kaiju's all back together. No binding. Obviously going to have to readjust this link arm big time because you can see on this one we only have, what, about 3 threads, 2.5 showing on both the left and right side of that one. And then this one, we've got a whole bunch of threads. So that we can get these wheels straight, I'm just going to, you know, adjust that. We'll probably have to adjust that. The camber. Looks like that one's actually in a good amount, considering. So, but this is a side that got whaled. And very surprised. The shock, no issues. It was literally just breaking this piece right here. We bent this and we broke this broke this in half. And in reality, to say like how much in parts that probably ended up costing was 12, 15 bucks maybe, I think. But not even, because we still end up with, you know, extra parts. So it's not like Losi where you break this thing and you're buying the whole goddamn pack that takes care of every corner and every link piece that is available for the thing. I just don't get that. 2 cents. You know it. Oh, for somebody, it's 8:30 at night. Venom, what's going on, guy? Come on, get those thumbs ups going, man. 25 thumbs up. There's 35. Well, there was 35 people. Somebody was like, I'm out of here. Venom likes brick mailboxes. Earl also likes, well, I like trees, but Earl also likes trees as well. I think it has something to do with wood products. Preferences. But this thing is finally back together. Oh, I forgot the don't forget this. We gotta put this back together. The little receiver box is actually kind of cool. I like this little receiver box here. Stuff all the wires in there. The antenna. Shoot that up from the bottom. Oh, the antenna tube broke too. Which that's nothing. But this is I like this. Red Cat's got something going on lately. They're really getting their act together as far as products. Should probably bolt that in first, right? Probably makes more sense. See, when you talk, at least for me, when I talk, get all messed up. Come on, guy. You don't need to eat. This is food, right here. This is your RC food. You don't need regular food. This is all you need. Yeah. This little receiver box was actually out of stock, which is crazy. So that just means that people are buying up, at least in my opinion, that means people were just buying up the receiver box, which is pretty crazy. See if I can fire that little thing up there. There we go. Look at that. Antenna thrown into place. Wires into place. Everything's looking good. Red Cat, I got to tell you, Red Cat's definitely making some changes, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from Red Cat, just personally. Yeah, adjust that link, adjust that. How about if I clean up? I think I'm all set with all the screws, nuts, and bolts and stuff, right? We'll keep this stuff for the wall of shame. So here's some wall of shame parts. What you doing? Hi, Daisy. I see you. What are you doing? See, that's my dog. She just decides to just come in and... What are you doing? Huh? Let's leave the back door open. It's a wicked nice day out. Hey, Vector, what's the temperature? 48 degrees. That's not too bad. 48 degrees and sunny. Yeah, this is a good truck. I really like it. I think Tony was saying that it looked a little complicated to work on, but it's not. Tony's been deeper than what I just did on vehicles. It's actually not bad. It really isn't. We just obviously need to adjust like stuff like that right now. I can't remember what size that is, whether if it's a 5 or a 5.5. It's definitely not a 5.5. So it's either a 5. Let's see. That's not it. That's still a 5.5. What am I doing with the 5.5 still? I thought I had the wrench out. Ah, here's a 5. So just out of curiosity, does anybody know what these are really used for? See these right here? Does anybody know what these are really used for? These are actually made by Craftsman. Anyone? Bueller? Does anybody have an idea of what these wrenches are actually used for? Earl, don't you say it because I know you already know. They're for Lego. Nope. Brakes? Nope. Earl already knows. I know Earl knows. Fuel and brake lines? Nah, too small. Pointless. Here, look. There's a whole ton of them in here. Why am I putting away the one that I need? They came in standard and metric. Initially, they used to be just in standard. But then obviously they started doing metric, I guess, just to sell more tools. So these are, I think if Earl is still here, Earl should just say what it is now. Key ring. Honda Civic, there you go. No, come on, Earl. You know what these are for. You can tell everybody. Oh, it's not. See, this is the time when it's a standard. It's for decoration. Close. You're close. Close. What do they say? Close, but no cigar. No cigar for you. They're called ignition wrenches. So years ago, when you had to adjust your own gaps on your ignition, was what these wrenches were used for. I know Earl knew that. But like it, that's for decoration, guy. So we're gonna go this way with it. Come on, get on there. For food. You know, it's funny. Oh, see you later, RC Master. It was good having you, man. We're gonna be doing another live later tonight if you want to jump in. Anybody? I'll probably end up doing the StreamYard. So if you're interested in jumping in, make sure your camera and your setup is all set, and be prepared to jump on the live and be live, be alive on the live. So what I had said was after I get the wheel on here was when I will tighten this side, because that side is obviously thread locked. So sadly, we're going to have to steal back the tires off of the Traxxas Max. That way the Kaiju can have its own wheels back. Oh yeah, look at that. Check it out. So I almost forgot one screw, and I just remembered right now. So where did I put all those supposed extra screws? Got to get one of the long ones, because that was for the front. See? I get talking and I forget. And then I remember like last minute. Like as I'm driving the RC and things are falling apart. Boom. There we go. Now it's all set. Right? I didn't forget any screws this time. But the Kaiju gets its own wheels back, because that's a beautiful thing. Should be all right. I won't need Loctite on that. Sergeant, just so you know, I did have to approve that comment only because it's it tapped into my keywords, because I try to keep this channel, you know, friendly, advertiser friendly. What if I take the nut off? No wonder why. Might be able to rip kaiju. No, Sergeant. That's not your bad. I was just letting you know in case like you're wondering why your comment wasn't coming across. When you monetize, things change a little bit. You gotta. I think YouTube catches words anyway, but when you monetize stuff, it just makes it easier if you set standards in the beginning. That way, you're not fighting like constantly running over to the computer. The computer will just catch it itself, you know. People try their workarounds too. Those people get banned. Yeah, it was funny. Sergeant Jay here, right? I didn't even know he was on here, and I was literally talking to somebody about one of his videos about his Super Rock Ray. That was such a riot. The timing of that, Sergeant, was absolutely insane. That was such a riot. It's got to be nice when you know somebody else is talking good things about your videos. Again, we got plenty. If anybody needs any, got plenty here. Oh my God. Nice, Sergeant. Go hit that mad van, man. That thing, I'm psyched for you. I can't wait to see you do some content with that thing. That's one of Tony's favorite vehicles, the little mad van. So I think the kaiju is pretty much like back in order. Just got to adjust this, obviously adjust that toe on there. Adjust the camber, because that's way out. If I adjust it the right way, that'd probably help. Pretty close. wrong way. That's better. Yeah, I think we're good. What I want to see. Probably can't check it with the wheels on. Nah, I can't. Wow, big difference. The big difference between new and broken in. That's why we're getting so much movement on that side. I might have to check that side out. So this is obviously not the broken side, but we've got some good play in that side. And obviously the brand new side, we've got zero play. There's no movement whatsoever. This side, we've got some break in. Obviously, yeah. Obviously all three corners, all three other corners are obviously broken in, where this side, no movement. That's why we're getting a little bit more movement on that side. Well, anyways, Kaiju's back together. We still do have a drive cup that is cracked. Where is it? A little chip. See if I can get you in there. On that outdrive cup, it's actually right on where it's broken right now. See there? See how it's got a little chip right there? I'm just going to run it. I'm just going to run it the way it is. I'm actually going to have more just came in stock a couple of days ago. I put that website out there to where, you know, certain parts. It's the Team Red Cat. What account? RC stuff. What account got hacked? Don't need to jump the fence. Yeah. Oh, there goes everything. There we go. We're done. So the Kaiju's all set now. But what got my YouTube account? Are you serious? How did that happen? How did they did Google let you know that your account was getting hacked? That's nuts, dude. That's not cool. Gotta get Losi in there too. Anybody notice anything different? Actually, it looks pretty sweet like that. I like that. It actually looks way better than what was there before. Some guy in Ukraine. RC stuff. Wow, looks like a lot of folks. That's garbage, man. I hate that. Yeah, those tires are actually wicked grippy. Very, very grippy. But the Kaiju is back. I don't know where the... Oh, yeah. What do you mean? I don't know. I just almost said I don't know where the body clips are. Because I'm so used to not having vehicles that do that. The Kaiju. You know? I like that. This thing is getting pretty beat. Especially when you can start to see like holes like through it. Can you see me in there? See my eyeball? But I don't know. I kind of like it. Rat rodish. It's getting destroyed on the corners here. Well, obviously the tires were annihilating both the left and right. You can see inside. See right inside of there. But I mean, that's just only when it diffs out on 6S. So yeah, Kaiju's done. So what's next? What do I have to fix next? So there's actually a part that I thought I had ordered, but maybe I didn't. I might have just not pulled the trigger on buying the part for some reason. But on my Camo X4, I'm just basically waiting for the front transmission. I want to get the aluminum one, just because I feel that would be the better way to go. Your old password? Yeah, it stinks, man. Yeah, much time to hack. I didn't think of that. You're right. JJ Customs got hacked? That's garbage, man. Hate that. Is Tony still in here? Did he take off? Because Tony's getting a call out for jumping the fence from Earl. I don't think Tony's here anymore. 34 people. RC, you live in Dubai? That's nuts. Pull out a bush with the RC car. Yeah. George Silman, what's going on, guy? Trying to like fit this in the right way. There we go. Losi and Habao. Two very good companies. So if I stand like right here, backdropped by two of my kind of favorite companies, actually. I obviously like Losi, and I like this company too, man. Habao's got some nice stuff, man. They really do. I do like the Traxxas too, but yeah, they got some nice stuff too, but they don't need brand recognition. These guys, not that Losi does, but these guys do. These guys need to be recognized for what they pump out. You know, not everything's perfect. I've got a car up there that's not perfect, but they already know about that. And then this thing. I got to get a body for this. I don't know what you would call this. Like, would people consider this a touring car? Like, it's a semi, right? This thing's awesome. Earl, actually, you'd know. What do you consider this? Is this a touring car? Like, based upon its understructure? One down, 5 to go. Yeah. Well, gotta wait for parts. The Earl, the DB Pro, I'm finally done. I'm just gonna I'm gonna strip it down and see. All right, here. I gotta do it the right way. But Earl, did you answer that question? Is that EPX, is that kind of considered like a touring car? Like, I don't even know what's the. I can't ask Alexa. She won't understand what I'm talking about. But this thing, I am finally ready to tear this thing down to find out why it is so awesome. That's the right way to say it. You got to hold it in your hand. You got to like present it the right way. Got to get the lighting just right. You got to say, like, you got to like do the Vanna. What was it? Is it Ivana? I don't even know what the heck. Vanna White? I don't know. But you got to like present it, and you got to go, I'm finally ready to find out why this thing is so awesome by tearing it down. I don't know why it's so awesome, and I want to find out. I'm done driving it. And I almost feel bad because I want to keep driving it. Because this thing is just so awesome. But I do want to tear apart the diffs. I mean, I think it's time. I've ran this thing a bunch of times. It's kind of like, you know, with a car and not doing oil changes. You know, you got to do your maintenance on your vehicles. And I feel as though I'm either slightly beyond the maintenance or I'm like right at where it's time to like crack it open and see why it's so awesome. Pedro, are you talking about that car that I was just holding up? So it is a truck, but it's only a truck just because of its body. So it is a touring vehicle then. It's considered a touring vehicle. No, as far as steering issues, Pedro, you got to watch a couple of my videos, man. You'll see that thing steers awesome. No issue. You might be thinking about, as far as steering issues go, you might be thinking about this thing. And this thing I don't have steering issues with either. I know that I have steering issues with it right now, but that's only because I slammed it into a tree. But no, I don't have steering issues with any of my vehicles. They both equally steer left and right the same distance. Turning circles are all the same. Some people have issues with, I guess, endpoints or adjusting things or whatever, but usually, like with those low-seas, I actually went through the whole process of, I shouldn't say with those low-seas. So with those two low-seas and my Arma Mojave, because they're using the Spectrum radios and the Spectrum electronics, I totally like factory reset like everything just as kind of like a test for myself, I guess, because a couple of people were having issues and I was trying to help Fog City readjust. He was having issues. He was getting like literally, I think he was getting either no left turn or no right turn or something like that. So I tried to go through the steps with him and I guess I missed one step, which was, I think, basically just turning the car on and turning it off, because I think he said like the very next day everything was mint. So yeah, the original. Yeah. When did you see those trucks racing, Earl? Does it have AVC? Or are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? I'm lost. I just know that I got my answer from Earl that it's a touring truck. Does what have a gyro? I'm lost. See, that's why it was like, if we could hear like people's voices, it would be so much better. I wish YouTube would like enable some type of multi-stream so you didn't have to like go into some other thing. Yeah, the DB Pro has AVC, but mine's off. No vehicle that, well, actually, this is the only vehicle that I actually used AVC on, and it was because I was doing speed tests that I thought to myself, maybe having AVC on just a touch would kind of help keep it straight, but I don't even know if it mattered or not. But AVC or steering stability, any of that stuff, I hate it. I'm so used to just, driving it the way I want to drive it and turning into the turns and counter steering and all that stuff. It's like it's become a habit because I'm kind of like that old school two-wheel drive, rear wheel drive, which, did you see this thing that I got coming? What the heck is this? This is my son's latest project that he's working on at work. Whoops. That's the latest project that my son is working on at work. Focus. Come on, focus. Yeah, that's his latest project right there. Hey, he's just changing out the spark plugs. That's what you got to do nowadays to these new cars. You got to tear it down just to change the spark plugs. It's not like the old days. But anyways, I'm from the old times when it was just two-wheel drive. So there was no AVC or any of that good stuff. AVC is good for two-wheel drive. No, it's not, Guy. You don't need AVC. No, it doesn't, Earl. Stop it. Guy. No, it doesn't. Earl. Is your Beamer rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive? Do you have AVC in your Beamer? Do you ever go sideways? Do you know how to counter steer? Come on, Guy. You know what you're doing. My Camaro doesn't have AVC. Neither does my Trans Am. You don't need it, Guy. You just drive and have a blast. Anna, what's going on? Come on, Earl. Does your Beamer have AVC? Chef, what's going on, Guy? Who likes front-wheel drive RCs? Kevin Talbot likes the front-wheel drive stuff, doesn't he? Oh, no, that's not front-wheel drive, is it? Is it? Doesn't he have like a burnout car that's... Is this burnout car front-wheel drive or something like that? I don't know. I think I saw somebody had a burnout car that was front-wheel drive. I thought, on your way home. Guy, don't be on this. Driving? What are you, out of your mind? You can't get wicked with AVC. Come on, Earl. You didn't answer, man. Or did you? Does your Beamer have AVC? Earl, are you ignoring me? Ah! Yeah. Dude, you know... OMG RC Yellow Civic? Oh, so he's somebody that has a front-wheel drive something? Yeah, you like that, huh? That's my new hairstyle right now. Soon, it'll be the ponytail in the back. Might shave the sides. Drive it like you stole it. Yeah. Isn't OMG out of Florida? How come OMG is not showing up on my channel? Somebody's gotta go give OMG a little punch. Go, dude, come on. Come over to where it's awesome. Everybody's over here in my house. I love it. The only thing we're missing some iced teas. I haven't had an iced tea in like a week. I'm dying here. Probably not. Right now we're on 2.5 hours. I'll probably end this live because what I ended up doing is I ended up fixing the Kaiju. Kaiju's all set and ready to rip now. The only thing we still need is we need a diff cup because I know that thing's gonna blow out. Tesla has AVC. Oh my god. My Cybertruck doesn't have something stupid like that, does it? The auto, because I guess it's got autopilot, so kind of is AVC, isn't it? Yeah. Wonder if you can disable it. Can you disable stuff like that? Because I'd love to get sideways. I wonder if you could do that in the... That's a good question. If you have an all-wheel drive Tesla, are you able to disable the front electric so that you can do a burnout? I'm thinking you can, right? Earl, you should know, right? Earl, if you have a Tesla, I'm assuming you've got the best of the best. You must have the P1000D is my guess, right? But I wonder. Because here's the other thing, too. I'm not going to be pulling out stumps with the Tesla truck because it doesn't have tow hooks. So that's garbage. I guess Big Black's going to have to hang around forever. You probably can, but it would sound sad. Why? Because there's no engine noise? Maybe you can get an engine sound box for it. It would sound like a depressing cow. Yeah, probably, huh? Oh, RC stuff. That's a riot. See, and that's the other thing, too, because I can't put, like, comments on the screen. You'll kill the Cybertruck. I don't know, man. It's going to have a good warranty, won't it? The only guy that rips out stumps with his Cybertruck. Nah, I'll treat that truck very well. It's going to be my first Tesla, so that's why I'm excited. Like, never owned a Tesla before. I haven't even been in a Tesla. Our daughter's husband, he actually used to work for Tesla. He was a salesman. So what was cool was literally he drove Teslas home. Like, and he also did like drop off test drives and all that stuff. So I was, oh, you were joking? Come on, guy. You don't have a Tesla? I'm actually kind of surprised at that. I figured somebody like you probably would have a Tesla. Per RC Guy Garage, if you pull a stump with our Tesla Cybertruck, it's not covered under warranty. And it'll be like, there'll be like this thing where obviously it's monitored. It's got cameras. It'll see me like pulling chains and straps out, going over to a tree stump to like put it in reverse. There'll be like this warning that shows up. I don't even know how you put a Tesla in reverse. So I like did it with a shifter. There's no shifter, is there? Is it like by the, how do you put, that's a good question. Here's something I don't know. How do you shift gears on a Tesla? Like, I know it doesn't have gears, but how do you shift direction? I should say that. I'm used to everything having gears. So how do you shift direction on a Tesla? Is it with like the, is it like almost having like a column shift? Is it like the opposite side of the directionals? Who knows? You say, hey, Tesla, reverse. No, you don't. Do you really? Do you have to tell it what to do? That ain't going to be cool with me. No, it better not be buttons. Has an RC control in it. It better not be buttons. Is it really? Oh, I won't be happy with that. I hate button pressing vehicles. They will know I'm pulling the tree. Yes, they will. It's by Bluetooth. Gucci Skunk. That's a crazy name. Come on. Who knows? Who really knows? I can't believe that Tesla has buttons to make it go in forward and reverse. That just sounds wrong. Do I have to look this up? Alexa, how do you change direction in a Tesla? Oh, you steer it left to right.
I don't know that.
Ah, see, even Alexa doesn't know. So come on. Somebody tell me. You'll Google it? I just tried to Alexa it. Yeah, here we go. I could Google it. Hey, Google. Okay, Google. How do you switch directions in a Tesla? Use the directional button.
Here are some details.
I go, here's some details. It doesn't tell me nothing. It better not be by a button. That will not be cool. Tesla has a shifter in the center console. Right. Like, meaning in a question form? So you've seen some have a column shift? What, like the Tesla 3, right? Whatever that 3 one is. There is a shifter on the side of the, okay, on the side of the steering wheel. A 6-speed. It's a 10-speed. Casey's talking about, what are you talking about, Casey? You talking about like a, oh, you're talking about an E-Class. Ooh. Casey has expensive taste here. I searched. It is a shifter. Test drove an S and an X. What was it like? Must have been awesome, right? Just needs paddles. Just needs oars. I wonder if it can float. Doesn't the Tesla, what is it, the S series or whatever the heck it is? P1000. Is it a P series? I don't even know what the Teslas are. Whatever the most expensive Tesla is, it's not a roadster. Doesn't it float or something? Or can it like ford water? They drive amazing. Yeah. I've never been in one. Bands. Mercedes Benz. Test motor. Yeah. Now you said it right. Mercedes Benz. You're right. Bands. You must be using talk to text. Yeah, I don't even know how that, but I don't even know how the Cybertruck goes into gear, because I'm trying to remember when they did the couple of YouTubers got obviously like inside and they were like filming the screen. I wonder if it better not be goddamn touch screen buttons. A truck needs to have a shifter, like something you like grab so you can like rip it, you know? I think that's going to kill me. I think that's the only thing that's going to kill me about a Tesla vehicle is the fact that there's no gears. Like, when I drive the Camaro and when I drive the Trans Am and even the Bug, we have a 99 Volkswagen Beetle TDI that's a 5-speed. And there's just something about, especially when you're talking about, you know, the Camaro and the Trans Am, there's something just about just slamming gears, just, at least for me. You know, I'm not, granted, my truck is automatic. That just makes it easy. I wouldn't want a stick shift in a truck of my size. Just be a pain in the neck. But yeah, there's something about just smashing through the gears. Just, whoa, you know what I mean? It gets you amped, you know, and then you can just drive like nice and easy. The Camaro, I have a tendency to, you know, drive nice and easy. You drive it. Well, you better not, man. You better be telling me lies here. How to make an engine sound in an electric car? Stick a bottle down the drive. What? Stick a bottle down the drivetrain? I don't understand what you mean. All right. We're at 2 hours and 35 minutes. I am going to end the live stream so I can actually do like normal, like go hang out with my wife type stuff. So if anybody's interested in coming to the live stream tonight, we're actually going to be doing a live stream. Had a ton of people at one point come in. I think we actually got up to, at one point, I think we got up to like 42 or 43 people or something like that, which that's crazy. We got 30 right now. We got Casey Benson, Chef's here, Ready Set, RC Stuff, Earl Moorhead's here. Who else is here? Anna's here. Who else? Who else is here? I know there's more people. It says there's 30 people. Only rattled off a few. WN, what's that? West New York. Outdoor Adventures is here. Gucci Skunk. It's a messed up name, guy. What else is here? Who else? Harlan David is here, I think. Whiskey Tango. That's a good name right there. Just a whole ton of people. Emalian is here from Italy. Oh, sorry I missed that, man. Now I feel like crap. Like I said, I don't like it when I miss the fact that somebody pops in. Pedro still might be here. Just a whole ton of people showed up to this live stream. So Logan's here. What's going on, Logan? We're actually ending the live stream now. Sergeant J is still here. Nice. All right. So, like I said, I'm just going to be back on live stream. So I'll do like a quick poll while there's 30 people here right now. How many people want to actually join in on a live stream tonight at like my time, like 8:39, somewhere around there, maybe 8? Anybody want to join into the live stream? Let me know right now. That'll make the decision whether if I jump on the regular YouTube or if we go on the StreamYard. If you go on the StreamYard, it'll probably be like the last stream for the month, I think. Logan, you're down. Who else? Anybody else? Where's Gus? Gus might be still making lunch. I might not. I have to secure my account. Come on, Chef. You gonna jump in, or am I just gonna do a regular live stream? Come on, guys. It's your chance. Jump in. We could all talk about Corona and COVID and all that good stuff. Casey's in. Too late for the stream. Yeah. Well, dude, are you bell notified? Just throw a bell notification on there. You'll be there. All right. So StreamYard or live? StreamYard or YouTube? StreamYard obviously is so that everybody can join in. 8:40. Anywhere between, I'll say it this way. Anywhere between the time of 8 and 9 is probably when I'll start it. It's hard to know exactly when because obviously I kind of, I want to actually hang out with my wife and my kid. We only have one kid left here, so I have a link for the COVID stat worldwide. Guy, keep it. StreamYard, yep. Anybody else for StreamYard or just regular YouTube? Chef, Guy. But I need toilet paper. You need some of this? And people, don't go using this. If you have a septic system, well, I almost called this toilet paper. Don't use this for your toiletries. This is not the recommended uses. This is paper towels. They belong in the kitchen or the garage or here. Do not put this in your septic system if you got a septic system because you're asking for all kinds of trouble. Use toilet paper or use like what Bency. Use what Casey Benson was saying. Use the 3 seashells. You teasing me, really. So I keep it right here, guy. Come on. Make it so that if I shut that light off, it won't blow it out, right? It doesn't make a difference. But yeah, look at that, huh? Nice, fresh, unopened pack. Look at that. The seal isn't even broken. It's COVID-free or coronavirus-free, whatever you want to call it. Right here. 9 rolls. Hook a brother up, right? It's literally there as a joke. It's such a joke, man. You know it, guy. No, we have it for trade. We might be able to talk PayPal. I don't know. We'll set up a PayPal account. PayPal for toilet paper. How many hours? What time is it now? 5? So like in 3 hours or something like that. Maybe 4 hours. Somewhere around there. A roll for a tie rod end. Dude, that actually sounds like a pretty good deal, seeing how much you got to pay for these damn things. A roll for a tie rod end. The only thing, though, is how do you, like, by the time I ship it to you, aren't you already in trouble? Like, I can't just hand it to you. We got to keep that minimum distance or maximum, whatever that is. $20. Why is he doing that? He's acting like I was talking to him. There he goes. See, he's going off. See? What's going on, buddy? It's funny because they have facial recognition. All right, so anyways, I'm just going to end the live stream. I'll see you guys later tonight, probably around anywhere between that Eastern Standard Time of 8 to 9 p.m. We'll do another live. I guess I'll coin toss the StreamYard versus regular whatever this is, YouTube. I might jump on the Facebook website, the RC Guy Garage on Facebook. It has pictures of RCs on it. I don't even know if I can, but if you're part of that, what I'll do is I'll put a poll up. Actually, you know what? I can do a poll on this thing, can't I? That's actually my son right there. It's actually him. He was actually at his shop. Such a good kid, man. All of our kids are awesome. So, all right. So everybody, again, like I said, thanks for coming to this live stream. We're doing another one tonight. I'll probably actually, when I end this, I'll do a poll to see what people want, whether if it's going to be StreamYard or regular, because if we're only going to have like one person show up on the StreamYard, that's kind of lame. You know, we're going to have like, I want the whole screen filled with people, you know, that would be awesome. That'd be a hangout. So, all right. 2 hours and 43 minutes from a live stream. We didn't even really talk anything about the pandemic that's going on, which is great. We actually finally got the Red Cat Racing Kaiju back in order. I just got to put a battery in it and hopefully not fracture what's left of that outdrive cup for the side that got smacked by the mailbox post. But this thing is finally back and ready to rip, and I'm super excited. No, I'm pumped because this thing is such a good truck. I am very happy with the purchase of this truck. What's weird is I'm seeing like a whole bunch of like mounts and stuff. So obviously, I just noticed it right now. You can see right there. This is totally designed right there and right there to have a sway bar. So at some point, you know, this Kaiju is ready for a sway bar, even in the front. In the front, you can't really see it, but in the front, there's a position. There's a provision, not a position. There's a provision for a sway bar in the front as well. So maybe Red Cat will actually come out with something, because that is something that I did notice, that at least if you could throw a sway bar maybe in the front to kind of stop that rear wheel from kind of, you know, pegging up, maybe it would handle a little bit better in turns. But other than that, this Red Cat Racing Kaiju, the thing is awesome. So I will see everybody, I hope. Let's get this like thing going. Share it. Like if you see the thing, share it, post it other places. I think we had a max of like 42 people. Let's get it up to like 100 people coming to this live stream. It shouldn't be hard. If you got social media, share my link or whatever, however you do it. Let's see if we can get 100 people on the live stream. Let's see if we can break whatever I go on, whether it's StreamYard or YouTube or whatever. See if we can break the internet. Yeah, come on, dude. Let's do it. All right. Thanks for coming to the live stream. Just going to end it like I usually do. And what thing? What? Might be a platform for a buggy later on. I don't know, guy. All right. So like I said, between 8 and 9 Eastern Standard Time, we'll do another live. I'm going to do a poll both on YouTube and Facebook. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, go ahead and check it out. It's in just about all of my videos. There's a little link you can click on. Subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up. We got 31 thumbs up. So that's awesome. I appreciate that very much. So, yeah, it's going to be a late night, brother. Be prepared. Make sure you got plenty of iced teas. Stock up. That's something that you stock up on. You don't stock up on this stuff. This is not the stuff to stock up on. Stock up on iced tea. That's what you need. Iced tea is so much more fun than that stuff. All right. Everybody, again, see, he's doing that thing again. He's way over in the corner. If you hear that noise, what he does is he thinks it's too dark out for some reason. I think it's like time frame. And long life milk, yeah. TP, eggs, bread, peanut butter, tuna fish. All right. I'm out. I'll see everybody at the other live stream later tonight between 8 and 9 EST. Thanks for coming. End.